Hello and welcome to Enlightening All. I am here today with the Sisterhood of the Traveling Mystics, your self-aware soul care everywhere. So I am going to let them introduce themselves today, and we're going to go right down the list, and they're going to tell us a little bit about what they do. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Bean, and this is Sabrina and also Haruna. And we are, as he said, your self aware soul care everywhere. And what that means is that you get a group of holistic practitioners. There's a lot of experience between the three of us. We have shamanic experience, we have Reiki experience, we have tarot experience. So glad that we're here today. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming. All right, what could you tell us about?
Yeah, so where a lot of people see us typically in the community is we do host a lot of community sound baths. We do different types of retreats. And so with the sound baths, we try to offer at least one free love donation, one a quarter, to be able to allow our services to be accessible to different people in the community. And so we like to integrate our different layers of services in a way that we can reach people that maybe haven't been familiar with this type of work or haven't been able to experience different types of modalities of healing in a way that it can allow them to support their healing journey. And so we try to offer things in a very fine quality way. We've all taken advanced certifications in sound and vibrational healing to make sure that we've educated ourselves in a way that we understand, the mechanisms of the neurobiology of how we're being impacted by the sound and vibration, how we actually are able to go through different healing for different diseases or health conditions or mental health conditions. So a lot of the work that we do, we like to teach about the different, as I mentioned, the neurobiological effects of sound and vibration on the body, along with the different holistic modalities, as well as representing all of that from that trauma-informed lens. So we do incorporate all of that language. We take into consideration different sensitivities that people may have, both physically, energetically, all of those different ways.
So just to go off of some of what Haruna was saying, our core mission is wellness, to promote wellness in our community. And we do that through education and sound healing as well. So to expound on the sound education part, we offer services like tarot, and usually you wouldn't think that would be educational wise, but we do teach tarot as a way of self-care and how you can do it as a journaling practice every morning and really get in touch with your subconscious and really get that in-depth healing for self.
And to expound upon what Sabrina said, we just recently had a spiritual hygiene retreat where we did actually that, where we were teaching people how to use the tarot and oracle cards in order to care for themselves, giving them journaling prompts. So the difference with us when we're doing tarot, it's not something that's what I'd say predictive. It is more informative and it goes deeper than your traditional, oh, you're going to meet somebody tall, dark, and handsome. So it's more along the lines of helping people to get in touch with their inner selves. There's shadow work that we assist people in doing. We assist in inner child work. In fact, Haruna, you want to talk about our last major retreat that we did in Claremont?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So back in March of 2025, we hosted a big 5-day, 4-night retreat. It went from a Friday night to a Tuesday morning. And it was all about inner child and shadow work. And we hosted it at a fully decked out game themed house. One of the cool things about this house is that it's one of the only houses that's on the market that actually has a escape room in the house. So two of the rooms are clue themed, and it's an escape room within the house. And then we have a lazy river around the pool, around the jacuzzi with a water slide. And so we were kind of competing going down the water slide.
Yes.
And then we hosted a sound bath outside while people were actually in the lazy river, in the pool. We did various different types of ceremonies throughout the retreat. And so one of the things that we did is we had a Reiki box where we actually asked everyone to bring in a picture of their childhood self, or an item to represent their childhood self that they could place in that box, and we would, hold it as a sacred container throughout the entirety of the retreat, and we infused Reiki healing energy into that box with that intention throughout the entirety of the days. And then at the very end, we did a ceremony kind of releasing the relationship that everyone had previously with that individual, and kind of the expectations that they had about themselves. And they were able to kind of reunite and revisit and reconnect with their inner child in a different way. And so they were able to really deepen that relationship after we taught the different classes, after we did the different ceremonies. And so we had a graduation ceremony, we had several fire ceremonies where we did cacao ceremonies, we did musical ceremonies, we did an inner womb journey, journey to your parents' womb. That was something that people had a lot of very profound reflections upon. And one of the things that's really big about us is we like to have fun and we like to be silly also. So as hard as we work, we like to incorporate a lot of play as well. So we made sure we had lots of recess time. We had lots of competitions. We did a human foosball tournament. So you're actually literally the person that's on the bar on the foosball game. And
So what's healing without fun,
Yeah.
We need that.
So it's not all heavy, because a lot of this work can be heavy. When we talk about shadow work, I know for me personally and the group, when we're teaching about shadow work, we think that, most people believe it's something that needs to be eliminated, when really all shadow is either the over manifestation or under manifestation of a core characteristic that you were born with. And so when we do our inner child work, that's one of the key things that we do. So say, for example, somebody is called obstinate as a child. That's an energy, right? And so a lot of times people don't want to be called obstinate, so they'll go all the way back to be compliant. All part and parcel of the same energy. One's overexpression, the other is underexpression. What our goal is to help people bring themselves back into balance, because a lot of us have been trained out of who we are, because success is basically measured by whether or not we measure up to the standard that our culture dictates. And that's one of the things that we break free from, because why would you be a mediocre something when you can be your best self? And so when we're talking to people and when we're teaching these classes, when we do the healing, that's our goal, is to help people become their best selves.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And one of the pieces that I make sure to bring myself personally in this trio, I'm a licensed clinician in the community, and I do specialize in a lot of trauma-focused modalities. And so I tend to teach a lot of the somatic exercises, kind of get you to understand that brain-body connection of how we're storing all those wounds and helping all of us shine a light on what those wounds look like. And we are very much people who practice what we preach. So at any activities that we offer for our attendees or our tribe or whoever shows up for what we do, these are often practices that we have experienced ourselves and that we continue to hold ourselves to that standard as well. So we make sure to incorporate that self-care in our daily routines as well, and try to hold ourselves to that same standard that we try to ask our tribe to be in as well.
And for us, it's not a one and done thing. We just don't take one class here, one class there. What I really love about our group is that all of us are interested in sharpening and honing our craft so that we can offer the best things for people that come across us.
And I myself, I was in a motorcycle accident when I was 21 years old. I'm now 55, and going through 3 knee surgeries over my life, getting it rebuilt again in 2018 and 2016. I learned so many healing modalities that I can pass on to others now from having my discs messed up in my back, that I had to learn how to heal those. It's like the wounded warrior, that you can't heal others until you learn how to heal yourself first.
Exactly.
Yeah, and a lot of
I think we all three can attest to that. We've all, come to a point of life where, we've had things like that happen, and we've all taken how we got here and how we met is through our shamanistic training. We took Peruvian shamanistic training, and that helped us, as the women were, overcome a lot of, traumas that were in our personal lives as well. And like you were saying, it also helps, us identify with, the community and what we can provide to help others that's going through that transition too.
Yeah, you almost have to be there to know it.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
And as those teachers, we'd never want to be in a space where it feels like we're at a different level than anybody else. We're not ever above anybody that we're working with. It's never anything like that. We like to show that we can walk alongside with the people that we work with. And we talk a lot about ancestral wounds, and we talk a lot about the energy that wasn't meant for us to carry, that we've kind of been incorporated into our DNA and we're born with, and we have those epigenetic scars that we are able to kind of learn to heal and shift. Right?
And I think a core thing that, people may overlook is that it is possible, that wellness is out there for you, It may not look a certain way, it may look a different way, but we're here for that.
And that's one of the reasons that the three of us came together too, because usually in holistic, as a whole, there's a certain look, a certain flavor, and all three of us, we kind of break that mold, and let people know that regardless of what you look like, where you come from, or any of those things, that healing is possible. And we'll stand by you. We're nobody's guru. That's not who we are. But we are more like midwives almost, of, helping people birth their own brand of spirituality.
Yeah, and one of the things I think that gets misconstrued sometimes is with our name being the Sisterhood, we often get men that wonder, can I be part of the Sisterhood? And we absolutely welcome people of all genders, whatever orientation, however people define themselves. And the easiest way to explain that is everyone has divine masculine, divine feminine energy within them, right? And so it doesn't matter what package you are in your human form, right? You are welcome in whatever spaces that we co-create.
Absolutely.
All right. You might want to tell people how to get a hold of you on your websites and your social medias and whatnot. So,
what's that website?
Sisterhood of the Traveling Mystics, you can find us. That's our website. Also, we have a Facebook page.
Yep, so the Sisterhood of the
Facebook
Traveling
group.
Mystics. Yep. We got Sisterhood Mystics. So sisterhood.mystics@gmail.com is a email that you can reach us at as well. So we do have Facebook, we do have our website, we do have Instagram, and that Facebook group is.
and what events or anything do you have coming up right now for people?
Yeah, so we will be hosting a sound bath here. We'll post those dates soon. And then that Gamesters Paradise retreat we talked about for 2025 will be in 2026 as well. So that March 20th to 24th, 2026, we're going back to that gaming house. So the good news, bad news on that is that a lot of our spots are already filled because a lot of our attendees from 2025 are actually coming back.
They
Well, that's
like
good.
it
It showed it
back.
worked.
Yeah, they
Yes,
want to
yes,
deepen the
yes.
work that they started with us. They've had such, profound changes that they feel that they've told us about that they want to, be back in that space to deepen that work. And so we do still have some rooms left, but you got to let us know soon.
You're right.
All right.
Snooze, you lose.
Fantastic. We're going to call that a day here, and we're going to wish everyone an amazing day. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming.